Okay, we've got a makeup air unit that you've seen once before. I was out here in the fall, and I'd have to look back. I think it was cycling off. It was on and off on low head pressure, or low suction. But the I wasn't here for this. I was just kind of doing a looky see what was going on. And what I found was there was a trash box over there with a compressor, which was from this, which clearly had a blowout. So that's that compressor. And there was the box with 2 new TXVs in it. And here's our TXVs, which if I also recall weren't. But just looking at these torching jobs, I have concerns, and definitely we have leaks. Looks like they melted the distributor head. If you look, if it's leaking from here, yeah, they overheated it, because you can see the lip and the distributor head pulled out of the distributor tube pulled out of the head a little bit. That's lovely. I may be able to, again, we'd have to pull the charge, which is going to be substantial on this unit. Look at how they've interesting. The probes are just, good times. Okay, so hard to tell where to start. I'm gonna get my leak detection stuff up here. We're not running. Ouch. We're gonna be low on charge for sure. But we're running 2 different systems. So do we think that they're both low on charge? We're gonna learn some stuff together here. I mean, I'm familiar with these units, but they're all a little different. All right, so figuring out compressor 1, compressor 2. Red lines, okay, 3-phase, red through the disconnects, red. This is my compressor 1. So, coil gets its power from 17 and 15. Okay, so there's 15 coil power, yellow. 17 is that little blue. So we have a thermostat here, which, granted, it may be colder than 60 up here right now. So that's why we're not engaging, but we'll find out. I have foot gauges on. Okay, let's bump it, see what happens with our pressures. Equal pressures. All right, it helps if I open my freaking hose valve. Yeah, all right. I ain't too good to show the ugly. Actually, now when we run it, we can clearly see suction pressure's running down. She's definitely out of gas. So what you're seeing in there is vapor. Look, it's black, it's just charred. Any guesses? I'm shocked. I'm shocked that it's not just screaming. There's definitely oil here. Our blower fan's on, so that's not helping. Yeah, da, 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 da. All right, now that we've shut down the fan, I was getting hits. Let's get soap. Let's get in, actually get in and look at it from the other side. I mean, there's just no excuse. You can get in here to the back side. So they accidentally unsweated this distributor tube. You can see it. They unsweated it on accident. And I'm not going to throw shade about ugly welds, because, bro, I have my share of ugly welds. So that's an ugly weld, but if it don't leak, what do I care? Nothing on this side. Okay, so I pulled this out of the airflow, and as I've warmed it up a little bit, listen. Okay, so it says it can work. I don't know, I mean, I haven't tested that it physically closes, but I would assume it does. And again, that's in there because why would you need cooling if we're bringing in 50-degree outdoor air, which is what we are, you know, then you don't need to cool it. So you set it for 85, and when it's 85, then it kicks in and cools. Okay, so in an effort to save as much refrigerant as possible on this first circuit, I'm going to close the discharge line, all right? And I'm gonna manually run the compressor, so it's not gonna be able to discharge, but it's going to draw back everything out here in the system. So what you're gonna have is because my low pressure is on this side, my hose, you're gonna draw all this suction down as low as absolutely possible, and then we're gonna throw that lever, and that compressor is not happy right now. All right, I have wet rag putty on the south side of that valve, right? And then I have a physical wet rag as well around the rest of it. We've cleaned and prepped all the space. All right, we're gonna lay some heat down and see if we can't slide that guy back up in there. Okay, there we go. Sorry, let's get her focused here. Focus. So we've got her set in. I don't want to hear any crap about you guys that I need a new mirror. Right, so I actually did it from the other side too, but I'm just showing you. So yeah, I laid it down like this, and then I actually went to the other side and laid a little heat on the other side too. That should have addressed our leak. Let's put some pressure on it and find out. I've got 80 psi in there. No telling, there was a little bubble there just now, but there was a bubble when I first laid it down. You know, if you don't lay it down smooth, you get bubbles. Let's continue to watch. Nope. It's funny, it looks almost like a bubble, but it's not, it's the shine. So now, look, this is not a dependable way. That's why I want to use the bubbles. This barely hit before. The vacuum's also going to tell us. The next step, we're going to pull the vacuum. And I'm triaging this one stage at a time. I know this unit's short. I could see where I thought the leak was. I think that's it. Let's go ahead and pull a vacuum on it and see if the vacuum says we're tight. And if so, while we're running the vacuum, we'll clean up all this TXV nonsense. We'll fix the sensing bulb locations. All right, so what we've done is I took the power maker, I took the 240 going into the transformer, and I just hooked up to my power maker. So now my vacuum is pulling, and away we go. All right, so I've got a vacuum gauge on the suction line so that we can see if indeed she says she's tight and how low she'll pull, or if I got to go searching for more leaks. Okay, we're down to 1,000 microns. It's been like 20 minutes. I've redone my TXV sensing bulb. We're gonna clear this up so we don't have rub outs. I brought up my refrigerant so that we're gonna get this thing down to, look, I'm not even gonna pull punches. I'm gonna get this thing down to 500 microns. And then I'll run a tightness test, make sure she's holding. And then we're gonna fire it up. I've weighed the bottle downstairs. We're gonna release the refrigerant, clear the sight glass. We're gonna set the charge by superheat pressure. All right, I have released the pressure back into the system. Let's turn the temperature down. Hey! My phone's gonna die. I'm at 7%. I'm trying to drive up the head pressure. I don't like, 410 is really easy to overcharge, and I don't like how I'm not getting there. It is cold. It's less than 60 degrees outside. But I still shouldn't have that kind of suction pressure. So I wonder if they fricasseed the TXV when they put it in. I just drove the TXV all the way in and all the way out. I am getting a little bit of variance, but not much. I drove the head pressure up. I could only get it to about 78. I mean, I think the TXVs are smoked. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. This unit's running about the same. My sight glass is not flashing. Again, I know it's 54 degrees today. Well, it's 65 now, but there's just not enough load on it. I'm gonna get TXVs, okay? I'm gonna get them so I've got them. I'm gonna come back here on a day when we've got some heat so I can see what's going on, because I don't like anything I'm seeing, and it doesn't really make sense. Other than that one unit was dead out of gas because of that leak in TXV. So, a whole lot of to do today to get it properly charged and tight.